Hey guys, Mark Dawes here. Now I've got a bit of a funny story for you today and I hope you enjoy it. We did a CQC course down in Hereford at the weekend with Lofty and Ginge, and we had a special guest come along as well that wanted to meet me, and I was delighted to meet him. But first I want to read you a bit out of Lofty's book, Who Dares Grins, to set the story up. So here it goes. It's on actually page 187. If you've got the book, this is on page 187. If you haven't, come along to the next CQC course and get a signed copy. It says here, it said, we went parachuting to Culdrose, another naval air station in Devon. The Navy pilots had fewer restrictions than the RAF and took us higher. As a favour to the Commandant, we agreed to test their security and see if we could break into their armoury. This was manned 24 hours a day and a sailor actually lived inside the building. We knew a conventional attack would fail as everything was reinforced and covered by alarms. The Commandant and his Master at Arms, who was responsible for security, were quite smug and confident that we would fail. Now at that point in the story, I want to tell you something. I was 17 years old. I was still in training, so I'd only been in the Navy about 6 months, and I was at Culdrose. I'd gone through my Part 1 training at Raleigh, gone to HMS Seahawk to do my Part 2 training, and I was now at Culdrose working on a squadron, but I was still in training. I was 17 years old when this happened. And we got briefed that there was going to be a defence exercise and that the SAS were coming to test our defences. Now I didn't know who the SAS were, so I asked the question, as did a few of the other young people with me, all the young recruits, and we said, well, who are the SAS? Never heard of them. And we got told these stories, which they, emblazoned and probably expanded upon. And by the end of them telling us who the SAS were, we were absolutely petrified. I mean, we thought they were going to come through the perimeter fence in Land Rovers with machine guns blazing and all sorts. But I must say one thing, the Royal Navy must have had absolute faith in my fighting ability, because they gave me a pair of gaiters, puttees, that go around your boots, and a stick. And I had to patrol this perimeter fence all evening and into the night. And I was absolutely bricking it. But we never saw or heard a thing. So we thought they didn't come. And obviously if it didn't come, because they couldn't get in, Culdrose was impregnable. But let me read you the rest of the story. It said, we had a good look at the building, looking for weak spots, but none were found. The roof, which offers the best means of entry, had been covered. All windows had metal grills and bars fitted, and the door would have done justice to Fort Knox. No sewer or air conditioning ducts were found, and the building was really tight. It was going to be difficult, but no way were them two smug bastards going to defeat us. What we did was on the lines of the Trojan horse. We informed them that our quick move box was coming from Hereford, which contained weapons and had to be kept in the armoury. In fact, we got a crate from the MT, which is the Motor Transport Department, and fixed the lid so it could be opened from the inside. Taff was the smallest member of the troop, and we volunteered him to get inside, where he lay down on a sleeping bag and took a bag of goodies with him. We delivered the box and placed it in between the racks of weapons, and in the night Taff opened the lid and removed a rifle, submachine gun and grenade launcher from the racks and deposited them inside his new habitat. In the morning, we recovered our box and went for breakfast. I was summoned with our boss to see the Commandant and his sidekick, noticing they were in a jovial mood. The Commandant had his fingers steepled in a superior manner, held in front of him like a bank manager does when you're asking for a loan. And he said, I didn't hear much activity last night. How did you get on? The Master at Arms, and for those of you who don't know, the Master at Arms is our sort of top police guy, was swaying on the balls of his feet, with his arms behind his back with a smile on his face from ear to ear. I produced the weapons and said, not too bad, we can always get more. Their looks were a sight to behold as they both exploded into action, trying to do too many things at once and failing in all of them. They leapt up, one grabbed the phone, the other tried to run out the door and got entangled in the mat. So that's how the SAS actually got into Culdrose. That's how they breached Culdrose defences. Now, here's the bit of the story that I actually want to tell you. This picture that you're looking at now has got me on the left and Lofty on the right. The gentleman in the middle is Taff. He was the SAS Trooper that was in the box that actually managed to get the weapons in the armoury. He was the SAS Trooper in that box that they delivered to the armoury on that day. And I had the pleasure of meeting him on Saturday. He's an absolute gentleman. Apparently he's wanted to meet me for a while. I've definitely wanted to meet him. So an old ex-17-year-old recruit met the man that actually got inside the armoury at Culdrose where I was doing my training. Great story, eh? Now, listen, I hope you enjoyed that. But if you're interested in our next CQC course, which is running in Hereford, so you get the chance to meet Lofty, you get the chance to meet Ginge, and maybe we can even get Taff in the box down there for you too. You'd be most welcome to join us. There's probably a link below somewhere, so click on the link, book your place. There's a 3 installment option at the moment, but that will come down in a couple of weeks. But hope you enjoyed that story. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.